The School for Field Studies, in partnership with the Tablelands Regional Council, is conducting a roadside revegetation trial along Boar Pocket Road. The trial aims to reduce roadside vegetation management costs while increasing biodiversity and improving habitat connectivity. SFS is focused on 4 critical road-creek intersections: Swamp, Severn, Patterson, and Thomas Creek.
So because of all the fragmentation, roads, drains, fences, blocks of land, a lot of weeds occur on the edge of remnant patches and strips of forest because of the sunlight basically and the birds landing on those edges.
We conducted a survey of plants in the area to determine which plants were invasive and which plants were native. As you can see behind me, there are a lot of weeds growing, and seeing only weeds is not good signs of a healthy ecosystem. In this area, there need to be more plants and a wider diversity of plant species, which is why revegetating this area is so important.
So there are opportunities on the roadside to just do weed control, say even just that patch up there, where you could take out the guinea grass and promote more germination of native species on its own. Basically do it to encourage vegetation to reproduce outside the area that it is.
Revegetation in this context is the process of replanting native trees to recreate the once present rainforest. Revegetation along the creeks is of the utmost importance since the vegetation from trees and other native species will help to stabilize the creek banks, thus limiting erosion. Creeks crossings are highly susceptible to erosion as they are also vectors of sediment deposition and invasive weed introduction.
A major part of the planning for the revegetation was dedicated to erosion surveying of the 4 creeks. Erosion surveys were not only helpful in identifying the cause and type of erosion, but also identifying future solutions. Scour erosion occurs when water erodes the sediments that surround the base or support structures for bridges, roads, and other man-made buildings, making it especially relevant for our creek crossings. These various water erosion types increase the signs of gravity-induced slumping found both at Swamp and Patterson, where their vertical banks continue to fall under the weight of wet soil. These vertical slopes make Swamp and Patterson the 2 most eroded sites because of their potential for rapid soil loss.
Here we are at Swamp Creek and we actually see how erosion can devastate the landscape. So erosion means a lot of soil loss. So when we revegetate, we can prevent the loss of soil. Similarly, the reduction of soil creates often large depressed areas. It gets easily filled with water. As you can see, it's like a pond here, like a swamp. This actually can cause insect-borne diseases that can affect cattle, the livestock, but also humans. And of course, the water quality suffers because the soil goes into the water, and all these creeks here belong to the Barron River catchment. The big Barron River finally goes into the ocean, and it will badly affect the coral. So by revegetating these areas, we tackle all these problems. So the farmers actually won't lose much more soil. The creeks stay in their channels, in their normal channels. They don't take more water away. We reduce establishment of weeds and pests by planting native vegetation.
For each creek crossing, we use drone imagery to make a GIS map with proposed revegetation plots. Here you can see me outlining the proposed plots of Swamp Creek. The proposed plots stack on each other, so the colored plots that are further from the road also include those plots closer to the road. Here's an image of the final product. These maps will be provided to the TRC and the appropriate landowners in conjunction with the erosion and floral surveys, helping with their decision on deciding how much to revegetate.
The Tablelands Regional Council has orchestrated the replanting of these creek crossings. One of the main goals is to improve the water quality as these streams will eventually make their way to the ocean and the Great Barrier Reef. Revegetating these crossings will support the ongoing fight to protect the reef, ensuring its continued health for years to come.